I am politically incorrect. That's true. Political correctness to me is just intellectual terrorism. I find that really scary, and I won't be intimidated into changing my mind. Everyone isn't going to love you all the time. It's a wise man who understands that every day is a new beginning, because boy, how many mistakes do you make in a day? I don't know about you, but I make plenty. You can't turn the clock back, so you have to look ahead. Religion and politics hit nerves. There's a lot of anger about a lot of things. It's not easily resolved. I guess that's what wars are about. Wars are about prejudice and fear. Hit first before you get hit. Believe me, I know. You ask anybody what their number one fear is, and it's public humiliation. Multiply that on a global scale, and that's what I've been through. I have learned that a bitter experience can make you stronger. I now boastfully say that I have a hide like a rhinoceros, and I'm smiling. It's an interesting thing. After about 20 years of marriage, I'm finally starting to scratch the surface of what women want. And I think the answer lies somewhere between conversation and chocolate. Hollywood is a factory. You have to realize that you are working in a factory and you're part of the mechanism. If you break down, you'll be replaced. There has to be some kind of order and some moral code. I don't know how people can function without a belief in a deity. Above all, film is a business. Independence is a really cool thing, as you can be a bit more bold and take a few more chances with what you do. A woman should be home with the children, building that home and making sure there's a secure family atmosphere. Film is built for kinetic movement and crash and burn. It's a great tool for spectacles. But if it's not rooted to something a little higher, you're just kicking your butt around the corner. You can only take so much of that. You have to have some sort of foundation to explode from. But although Australia was also involved in the Vietnam conflict, I can remember my dad telling us that if we were in Australia, we wouldn't be drafted until we were 20. I'm pretty fit, naturally. I do moderate exercise, and I try to eat pretty well, and I think it has an effect on me. But hey, I'm putting on the insulin tire like everybody else, but that's just a function of getting older. Life's experiences, whether they be pleasant or unpleasant, tortuous or excruciatingly wonderful and blissful, season you somehow and you learn from them. The thing we're all looking for is happiness, and if we achieve just a modicum of that, or even a little piece of serenity even for 5 minutes a day, we're very lucky. Boy, there's nothing more thrilling than a chase. I'd often thought, over the years, that someone should do a whole film where it's nothing but a chase. Every time you go out there to do something, you wonder if you can do it. There's no assured success. There's no secret recipe for success. Every time you go out there with the possibility of great failure. I don't have to be working every moment. Why turn something good into a hard job? It's more special when it's not a daily occurrence. It doesn't cheapen it so much. Theatrical is fantastic. I don't think anything will ever replace the big dark room, the screen and the popcorn. You can kind of do it in your home if you have a nice screen, but it's not the same thing. We're all dying. We're all in the process of oxidizing. Every one of us is in the process of oxidizing. So to sort of interrupt one aspect of that while everything else goes on, it's a freak show. Life is life, and one has experiences that are painful and some that are very pleasant, and one has reward and sacrifice and more reward and disappointment and joy and happiness, and it's always going to be the same. I don't think of myself as either American or Australian really. I'm a true hybrid. It's a good thing for me because both of them are really good countries. What I need to do to heal myself and to be assuring and allay the fears of others and to heal them if they had any heart wounds from something I may have said. And, hey, I'm not under the illusion that everything's just going to be hunky-dory work-wise forever. I've never been under that illusion. Things could go away tomorrow. Boot camp was great and very interesting. You got to use live rounds of ammunition and got to do a lot of crawling around with live rounds flying around you. So you really had to learn to keep your ass down. Everything down for that matter. Well, if you look at the whole story, I mean there's only Jews and Romans in the story. I mean I just wanted to flesh that character out and make that a drama about the people around Christ when he was going through this passion. Well, I think any time you delve into this sort of religion, politics, as you well know, you're going to, touch a few nerves. I wasn't. Now, and this is the honest truth, I'll tell you what I did need to learn was tolerance, and I think I've been actually given a daily opportunity to practice that, and and I know that sounds almost like a backhanded slap, and it is in a way because I haven't been successful at it every day. Change is always preceded by a little pain. Some people can change and they don't have to go through so many painful things. But I think that I'm of a personality that I'm a little stubborn, so it's tough for me. I think any kind of hiatus one takes in an artistic journey is going to make a huge difference. The pause will inform the choices that you make. Thanks for watching, please.